Sorry to interrupt your usually scheduled video of AEW because that's going well. But I figure we're going to go ahead and take some time away and do something special. That's right, it's your boy WHG Dorian here, and I'm about to go ahead and start my series on the pros and cons for certain wrestling companies. Now, how long I'm going to be, don't know. When I'm going to put videos, when I get the free time and I'm not busy working. Okay, cool. Glad to understand. We're going to start it out with today's subject, AEW. Now then, why am I going to start with AEW? Well, it's simple. Because that is the company which has grown close and deep into my heart and gives me what I want as a wrestling fan. So, let's begin. First, we're going to have to get that done because I don't feel like moving around too much and I'm not in my usual recording setting with my stand. But, back to the matter at hand. Look, AEW as a fledgling company has gone above and beyond. That is truthful. You cannot think about where the company is and not admit that. Hell, they just signed a 4-year extension with TNT. So, not only that, it has been TNT's highest, most viewed original programming. Now then, original being is that they provide the production, they take care of it on a fundamental level, as well as providing a showcase. Unlike the NBA, where they do their shit NBA in-house and then let Turner Broadcasting put everything out, or when they get the rights to show movies on TNT or TBS. This is in-house, their product, not their baby, but they provide all the necessary resources for them to put on the show. And AEW has been turning up a pretty decent profit off of those margins alone. Now then, what does AEW have that's good? First of all, it listens to its audience. It knows its audience, it knows what they want, and gives them what they want. Now, not all the time, but they adjust and they work things out in a manner that lets us as the AEW fan base become appreciative of the product. No watering things down, no over promising and under delivering. Now then, that is also great, as well as the fact that they have allowed lesser known and smaller guys to have a platform to blow up and grow into their own. Another plus, because when you think about it, the large part of their roster, many people don't know. Like me, I didn't know who Private Party was before then. I didn't know. I knew of Luchasaurus, but I didn't know of Jack Perry. I didn't know anything about Nyla Rose, and Nyla Rose is my favorite woman wrestler in the company. And even Chris Statlander is growing in my heart, just coming out of nowhere. Big Swole, that's my hitter. You know what I'm saying? Now I think about it, I didn't know anything about Darby Allin, and he is one of the nice faces of the company. Now, for a company called All Elite that's meant to be circled around the Elite, while still kind of being in the forefront of the picture, they do not make up the bulk of the show. They have some of the best matches, and they have the biggest fan base, but you got to keep in mind, these are the guys that got you into it, but they're giving other talents the opportunity to take it, but not overly putting themselves in the forefront. I appreciate that so much, because we've had Chris Jericho get over, we've had their tag team division, which, while lacking, is still one of the best tag divisions out there right now as far as major wrestling companies go. Their focus on tag team wrestling is highly appreciated. Now then, also, unique venues. Lord have mercy. It's been so long since the days where you can have unique venues, and it was great. It's not just occasionally going to the Hammerstein Ballroom, which is a grand, and I mean a grand, venue to perform at, but let's take Daily's Place. Daily's Place, I love the way it looked. I love the uniqueness of it. I appreciated when I first saw it, and then just today at with Jericho's Rockin' Rager with 2XC, or Jericho's Rockin' Rager Part 2 at C, like watching the crowd, it felt great, and it gives you major WCW vibes. And that's the thing. Another positive is the fact that AEW reminds me of WCW in the more positive aspects. Now, to some people who take into consideration the fact that, Cody has basically patented and trademarked a lot of WCW shows and everything, well, keep in mind a lot of what he's gotten patents for, or gotten the rights to, those were basically shows and pay-per-views that his old man started. Hell, even War Games is a Dusty Rhodes creation. Starrcade has Dusty's fingerprints all over it. That's something that does not get acknowledged enough in the wrestling community. But honestly, it's just Cody taking back what's rightfully his and putting it to more use, because when the WWE had these properties, they did nothing with them. We didn't get Starrcade until recently, like within the past couple of years. Who in the hell? When's the last time you heard of Super Brawl? Come on, bruh. Like, War Games just came back, 2-3 years ago? And I'm grateful to see it back, but God, and the thing about it is that they weren't even the first company, because I think that MLW was the first ones to actually put on a War Games match before WWE said, no, fuck that, we own it, we're gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? I would much rather, if WWE is gonna own something, use it, as opposed to owning it and just letting it wither away. Bunkhouse Stampede. What the fuck is Vince McMahon gonna do with a Bunkhouse Stampede? Vince McMahon has never done Southern Wrestling Indie justice. So there's no fucking way that he was ever going to use that shit. I'm sorry. But yeah, unique venues, unique sets, and let me be clear. I grew up in a WCW family. My family was big WCW until the dark times came, and well, it's kind of hard to have been a WCW fan since then. But honestly, to a lot of people who like to say that it's to the detriment of the company for them to be pulling in these nostalgia vibes from WCW, I think that's doing the perfect thing, because keep in mind, besides being on TNT, besides having a production quality that reminds you of WCW, as well as having JR and Tony Schiavone in, and this isn't even the WCW days, in the Jim Crockett promotion era, with having those two along, I feel it is great. I love how they honored the Memphis wrestling legends a couple weeks back. That was something nice and unique, and the way they're performing with Dark is great, because not only are they utilizing a full show, not just, okay, we're gonna have these house show matches, we'll just put on. No, because they don't really do house shows, and they have a large roster of talent that needs to get over, but they don't have an official second show just yet. But using Dark, putting it on YouTube, making it free, is basically the matches that you never see on the night. It's maximizing the opportunity for all of your talent to be seen. And to be honest, sometimes the Dark matches are better. Dark has better matches on it than the main show, in some of my opinions, as well as being able to progress certain storylines further. And I definitely appreciate it. Dark is important to me like Dynamite, but without having to deal with the curse of being a lesser show, because it's the same show that you had previous last week. It's just what you don't see on TV, because they're not the only ones to do that. Most wrestling companies have Dark matches. So I really dig them utilizing it to get the talent older. Now then, if you all know, again, like I said earlier, they have been extended. They were given a 4-year contract extension. They get a little bit more money in their pockets, but not only that, they will be having a second show. Now then, this could mean that Dark is going to be coming to TV, but another unique aspect of AEW that I like is the way they build story modes. How they build storylines, how they build hype for matches and feuds or just small events. because I love the Road to series. It gives you all in this. It gives you everything you need as far as building towards anything, a match, a feud, or a pay-per-view. Plus, because of the fact that they only are doing 4, maybe 5 pay-per-views a year, they are taking the time out to build and stretch while still being able to be malleable with their storylines, with their feuds, with their decisions on who will be put into certain title pages or the feuds, and that is amazing. I love not having to feel that they have to cram rush storylines every fucking month, and then over risk the aspect of, okay, well, they just had a feud recently. We're not going to put anybody new in, so we'll just continue this, but we'll dash a little bit in between to kind of spice it up some. No. They can take their time, build it, and see what rides with the fan base. Case in point, when AEW built into their first, their last pay-per-view, before Dynamite started, when they were getting ready for All Out, we were going to have Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho. Everybody, including myself, was basically got a picture of, okay, so are we going to go down this route of having Chris Jericho be champion, established star, legend, but you risk it being a situation where they're just putting the belt on the legend or the most famous wrestler, blah, 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 and then letting him kind of hold that belt. Do you really want to have Chris Jericho in basically going into the twilight of his career being the face of your company, or do you want to put it on Hangman Page, somebody who isn't necessarily established and for a while didn't have the fans backing them up? They kind of soured on him. Now, hindsight is a motherfucker, and putting the belt on Jericho has been the best thing AEW could have done. Chris Jericho, his ability to invent himself, his ability to still put on a match while not in his glory days, but he can still put on a match, have you intrigued, and keep you watching it step by step. The fact that he basically took the thought that, okay, he's gonna be the solo act, and then fucking flipped it and turned into the Inner Circle, which one of the best things going on faction wise. I would say they're more over than the Elite as a whole, and his squad makes sense. Sammy Guevara, young cocky talent. Jericho, once upon a time, was a young cocky talent, somebody he can mentor. You got Pride and Powerful, one of the top tag teams in the world, established, giving them a special, clean them up, and let them be a little bit more rougher, because at the end of the TNA, at the end of their Impact run, they were baby faces and they were over. But now with AEW, you feel like this is a whole different team than what you had when they were LAX. This is Pride and Powerful. These are them. You got Jake Hager, which, even though he hasn't done nothing, his presence makes such a difference. And even I'm waiting to see what's going to happen when he finally does step in the ring. To me, I'm at the point where I feel like you're overcooking Jake Hager in anticipation for his first match. But hey, I'm still in it. He's still entertaining. I'm still down for it. And then Jericho himself, leader at the helm of it, basically keeping everything fresh constantly. He's not recycling catchphrases. He's not constantly keeping to the whole thing. And right when you think that, okay, he's at the pinnacle, he had the cocky heel, then he starts adding these little breakdowns whenever he starts taking these L's, and they matter. They mean something. So even though guys like Darby Allin or Jungle Boy, they take the L, they have such an effect on him that it fucking feels grand and it's serious. It actually gets over with them. Now, AEW is not perfect. Far from it. Not perfect. And of course, I actually have to give the negatives with the positives, but I want to get these positives out. Not to mention, and then also we have the fact that they let their talent get themselves over. Recently, Darby Allin had an interview on Jericho's podcast where he described the fact that, when he was working with Evolve, and, when he was like, he was homeless, he was, living out of his car, had to take dumps in a pizza box and everything. And he was talking about how, whenever I worked for Evolve and I had to wrestle NXT guys, it felt like they were just like giving me something, like they were just throwing it to me as like, hey, we appreciate you, so here, go against this NXT talent like you're supposed to be grateful. No. That and even then he felt like he wasn't himself, like he was stifled, like he had to be a certain way, and it's not him being him. But he stays on the Indies, and then he goes to AEW, and they just let him be him. They don't restrict him, they don't force him to stick to a script, or even if they do, they don't force him to do these things. He's still himself, and he has gotten massively over. One of the best things is the fact that they let their talent get over. Now then, that's going to be my segue into the negatives behind AEW. Because at this point in time, there are things that I still notice. AEW still has audio problems, and we're over 6 months in, babe. And y'all need to get that shit together. Do I care about it? Not as much as you may think right now. Like, I don't care about audio problems. It is what it is. But you kind of need to get your shit together by this point. Y'all have had more than the time to fine-tune and get everything right. You got no excuse. But, hey, I don't know shit about managing audio for a TV show. So I don't give a fuck. Just make sure my product's good. And it is good. And then with letting their talent, try and get themselves over, we have situations like the Dark Order for a while, which it's taking some time to catch on, and it's like it gets a grasp, but then it kind of like let go for itself, but they kind of rehooked and they're kind of pulling things back in with the fascination of who is the real leader of the Dark Order. That's good, but it can be bad. Now, the main example that I have to give is the Nightmare Collective. Who the Nightmare Collective? So, I like Brandy Rhodes. I like Brandy Rhodes because she is entertaining and can be fun as fuck. The Nightmare Collective is not panning out so well. Now, I feel like this should be a faction that should have operated in the women's division, which it mostly has, but I don't know what's going on. It's really the introduction of Luther that throws me off. What the fuck is he there for? Who is he there for? What is he going to do? Is he going to wrestle, or is he just kind of going to be there? Is he going to be a job, or is he actually meant to be muscle? He's supposed to be muscle that's supposed to handle women, because it throws me off. Now, I would still have no problem with it if you eliminate Luther, maybe find a Haas female to take that spot. Okay, cool, that's fine with me. And then, I don't know, we can just chunk Luther in somewhere. Maybe. Because I think that was a favor for Jericho. But I don't see a return investment on Luther right now. Besides the fact that people don't know him, I just don't know where it can go with him. What will he do? And if he's meant to keep women in check, okay, that could be fine when it comes down to intergender type of deals, which looking to get 3 more belts in the AEW. One confirmed, or kind of confirmed, is a 6-man tag belt. Yes. But yeah, just Luther in the Nightmare Collective, they got a lot of work to do before I can actually say that it was the right decision. I feel this could be the year for faction warfare, but we don't have too many stable factions. Only 2. The Inner Circle and Dark Order. The Elite, they're still kind of imploding with Paige right now, and the Nightmare Collective is just not there. So that's not out there. But that's a bit of a problem. I guess that a new problem that's arising could also be the toxic fan base. Now, this just comes with anything and everything. Like, when it could be wrestling, it could be music, it could be whatever. Like me, I gangbang heavily between Warner Bros. Cartoons and Disney cartoons, because yo, we want a brother for life around here. I rep that bunny, fuck that mouse. Just saying. But recently we had the whole fiasco with I guess an AEW fan finding some NXT signs and basically spray painting all over them, AEW B Elite. and putting TNT over USA. So now, not only are you game banging with the promotions themselves, now you're game banging with the stations, which I'm not gonna lie, I will watch TNT far more than I will ever watch USA Network. Any fucking way. You know, that could be a problem down the line if it's left unchecked. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of dig it. I dig that the fan base is so passionate about it that they vandalized the NXT sign. And I'm not going to say I approve of it, but it's just, you know, gotta rein it in, fellas. We gotta rein it in some. And I've really danced around this. The biggest problem with AEW, their biggest problem. It's not even a problem that I know they can't fix. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put one minor one in. Kind of establishing tag team rules. But what to me in my mind, when I think about it, I'm like, AEW doesn't operate on American tag team rules. They operate more on the lucha system. If you're not familiar with lucha libre, in a tag match, when one member is out, you basically the other one just kind of goes in, and it's clear you don't need to do the tag. They just replace the other person, which I don't mind that. I definitely don't mind, especially with the high octane performances that goes on with AEW normally. I fucks with it. I ride with it. But for everybody else that I'm just tired of hearing about and complaining with, you know, maybe get some concrete things step in. Today was a good show, and they're actually nipping that in the bud, because the championship title match that we had today, we saw them really implementing the 10-second rule as far as the tag team members being in the ring at one point in time. They kind of flex on it at certain points, but still, it's trying to get it a little more solid and grounded and rooted. So, you know, just take your time, take it easy, it's cool. And then AEW needs more big guys. AEW needs more big guys. They need a heavyweight division, because so far it's more or less it's light heavyweight and under, but only a couple of heavyweight guys. You know. And I don't mind it, and it's good for right now. But at some point in time, you're gonna want to get. You need power men. You need big hoss matches, because recently one that I saw that I thought was great was I think Matt Doff big motherfucker from ROH OG going up against Jeff Cobb at Final Battle. If you see that, if you get a chance to look that match up, it was a great big man fight. Oh, I fucking loved it. It was, it's like everything that you want in a big man fight. Big man being athletic, but still being strong motherfuckers. Doing what the fuck they're doing. It was like the best big man match that I've seen in a long time. And I'm talking about with genuine heavyweights. Oh, that's good. AEW, y'all just need some more up in there. Wardlow's here, but he's only about to have his first match. Jake Hagar hasn't done shit. And then, you know, we got Luchasaurus. We have Luchasaurus there, and he's technically a heavyweight based off of height, stature, and muscle capacity, and that's fine, but I kind of need more. Do I need them to establish their main title as a heavyweight belt? We don't need that. I prefer a world title over a heavyweight title, because in the minds of everybody else, a heavyweight title is just supposed to be, okay, you're a heavyweight, that means you're supposed to be the cream of the crop. You're supposed to be the top dog. Fuck all that. We are long since past the rock and wrestling era. You don't need to be a fucking heavyweight to be a face of the company. Rey Mysterio, at one point in time, who should have been the face of somebody's fucking company in America, didn't happen. He basically had the WWE title for like a long time and let it go. Hell, when we had Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston at the same time, champs, but they didn't give them enough to really go on. And then I'm not going on that tangent. That's going to be for the WWE video. But all I'm getting at is that, you know, get some more guys and get bigger guys so we can get that established. The Butcher, big beef motherfucker, he's in the tag division. I can't wait to see more of that happening, but we'll wait. We'll just have to wait. So, finally, after 25 minutes of just spewing nonsense, the biggest problem that AEW needs to address soon, fast, like yesterday, their women's division. I love female wrestlers. I appreciate them not for the appearance they have, but actually how they perform. AEW has talented female wrestlers, but they don't got shit going on. Now I am all for Dark being a bigger platform for the female wrestlers and talent. Please, I don't mind you doing it. But sometimes it comes off as not being elite. Like I get it. WWE takes the cream of the crop, picks of the best female talent out there. Literally, it's like they have the money and resources to get in just about anybody to join. And sometimes for some of the females, it looks promising to just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to WWE and make these dollars and get my name way out there." And that's kind of secure, especially when you're like one of the best females out there. But AEW, I don't know where their women sit. I do know that a lot of the talent, they still have the freedom to go and work other places. So their dollars are not confined only to them. And AEW does not hold major exclusivity over their talent like that. Thank goodness. But there's still a large plethora of female talents. And we need more. We need storylines. We need feuds. I need more things interesting. And kind of give them more time to work on their shit, because I love Britt Baker, but what happened tonight was a goddamn shame. I need her to go talk to her boo, her man, her significant other, to get her promo skills down. And she has the attitude to fit, because if you go back to her feud with B. Priestley and the promo that she did before their match, or was shown before their match, I felt it in my soul. Whatever the fuck she was doing tonight, don't ever do that again. Keep it on the female talent. Do not talk about the announcers. Whoo, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I don't want to say anything bad. I really don't, because I do like Britt Baker. I feel like she is one of the most talented women they have on the roster. But God, the mic skills just ain't there yet, baby girl. But so far AEW, like I said, they're listening to the fans. They're seeing what's working and what's not working, and they're getting things together. Sometimes you actually just need to give it a period of time to stretch and work itself out, like the Dark Order. Sometimes they'll just out of the blue start fixing things, and you won't even notice until you're like, oh wow, they're actually putting more focus on they're putting more focus on making sure that the rules are set and established, and that we're not having just pure indie wrestling chaos. Now, they haven't even hit an official year being on syndicated TV, so we've only had the pay-per-views. But I feel like once August and September, when September comes and drops, and they officially make a year since being on TNT, the product is going to be way more ironed out. It's going to be a lot more crisp, and we're gonna be good. They have been progressing better over the weeks, so I don't have anything to worry about as far as that goes. But right now it's the patience game, because we're saying a lot. We're dragging this company down a lot, and they haven't even been on TV for a full year. The company's existed for a year, but not on TV. So I was here watching them in ROH. I was watching them in New Japan. I loved what that was, but I actually have to separate myself from that. And just so I can appreciate the new product, because to a lot of people, they're like, why is Kenny Omega not in the title contention? Why is Kenny Omega just over here being goofy and shit? Well, that's who Kenny Omega is. Like, AEW is the promotion that you got from being the Elite, not the promotion that you got from them being in ROH, not the promotion that you got from them being in New Japan. This is what these guys are at heart, and it's working. You run them numbers, it's working. They are building, and I'm thankful for it. I definitely hope this continues, because I don't want 4 years to pass by and then I have to hear that AEW is closing down its doors and that TNT will never put on another wrestling show. But yeah, these are my pros and cons to AEW. Like, share, subscribe, comment, talk to me in the comments Follow me on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and literally just hit me up because I love talking about wrestling. You know what? It's late. This is an extra long video, and I actually got to plan on making another one. I'm debating between going to ROH or doing Impact. WWE is a whole barrel of worms, but I need a day to sit down and really answer that one. And WWE and NXT are going to be separate. So, with that said, y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching the video. Please give me my subscribbles because I want to be over 20. And then from there, I want to go to 25. And then from there, we're going to work on getting to 30. And then from 30, we're going to work to 40, and so on and so forth. Because I kind of want to get this ball rolling before I start my wrestling school. Then y'all really ain't going to see my black ass. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Love, peace, and chicken grease. We out.